beautiful people. I am here to talk to you about angel numbers. So, let's get with it. My name is Jasmine, and I am your small town gray witch here. So, let's talk about angel numbers. What are they? How do we know if we're looking for them? And how do we know if we're just seeing them? So, angel numbers. Angel numbers tend to be repetitive numbers that we see throughout our day, week. Usually it's no more than like a week or a month, but usually day, two, where the number in and of itself keeps showing up. These numbers are believed to be messages from angels. They tend to put numbers in our spot view, in our mind's eye. Not really mind's eye, but in our spot view. So that way we may see them over and over and over again. And then hopefully look them up to get a message. It's the conceptual basis. Now, couple questions. We see numbers continuously all the time. We just don't know them. It is believed that the angels make us focus on a specific number. So say the number for the day is 8. The angels will make me go, oh, snap, that's an 8. Over and over again throughout the day or week. I tend to not do more than a week. To kind of see what that message is. The trick is, people tend to look for angel numbers, which is kind of the opposite of what you do. You don't want to go looking for angel numbers. You want to be open to it, but you don't want to be looking for it. Because if you're constantly looking for it, the angels can't direct you to see any particular one, because you're constantly looking. It's supposed to be noticed by the angels kind of going, here. You can see them on license plates. You can see them on mailboxes. You can see them in phone numbers. I'm going to cough again. You can see them in phone numbers. You can see them on TV channels. You can see them on time clocks. Anything that has a number on it, you can see an angel number. Sorry about that. So, you can see an angel number pretty much anywhere. But if you're constantly looking for it, then it's not really an angel number. It's you being presumptuous. So, for instance, if you have an alarm set on your phone for 11:11 every day, your alarm goes off, you look on your phone and you go, oh my god, it's 11:11. What are the angels trying to tell me about 11:11? Well, you have a phone. Your alarm told you it was 11:11, not the angels. A lot of people tend to do that kind of stuff. Not so much that alarm, but, oh, that's a 21. I wonder how many 21s I'll see today. And then they go looking for 21s. And 21s keep popping up because they're purposely like, hey, oh, well, for instance, oh, that's 19. Oh, that house is 21. I must have, see, the angels made me look at 19, so I would know 21 was coming up next. See, it must be 21. No. You saw 19. Stop looking for things, because it's not accurate when you look for them. You just have to be open to it. A lot of people have a hard time with that. They go looking for things. And really, if you're looking for things, you're going to find them. So therefore, it's not really the angel showing you them. If that makes any sense. So, why do angels give us these numbers? Jasmine, what are you talking about messages? Alright, so this is where I need my glasses. So, it is believed that angels give us numbers over and over again, and the numbers correlate with messages. So, I have this book right here. It's called Record and Reflect Your Spiritual synchronicities. I can never say that word. The, the Angel Numbers book. How to understand the messages your spirit guides are sending you. Mystic Michaela. I don't know. So this is the book. Yeah, it has a really shiny cover, which makes it kind of... I'm trying to get it so it doesn't shine as much. There we go. If I tilt it down like this, you can read the wording. And I think that I'm on opposite, so it's probably going to be backwards for all I know. But, yeah. It's probably going to be backwards for all I know, or maybe it's because I'm looking at it backwards in the camera. Whatever. You get the point. And I'll try to remember to put this and the name in the description. So I'll try to remember. If not, comment and I'll put it in the comments, or message and I'll put it in the messages if I don't forget. So if I do forget, then you just get a hold of me and I can send it out to you. Not a problem. So this book, I like this book because it's short, sweet, to the point, and it has numbers, obviously. Tells you kind of what angel numbers are, 3 and 4 digit same number sequences. So like 111 or 1111, 222 or 2222. They're special in those. The cardinals 0 through 9. How to break it down. And this book literally goes from 1 all the way. Let me flip to the back. Yeah, 999. So 999. That's kind of where it goes to. Obviously, if you have 4444, you look up the 4s. What the 4 means, you stick it in with the spiritual, which explains in the front of the book, and then there you go. It does have angel number logs, which I like. I don't write in these books. If I'm going to use these books, I will take photocopies. And then I'll write on the photocopies because I hate writing in the book sometimes. There are a few books that I write in. I start, I don't finish, and then I feel bad because I wrote in the book. And so when I show you books, I probably won't show you any writings I have in them. Just because if I do want to use this, I'll either kind of copy it in my own form, or I'll take a photocopy. I just don't like writing in books because you only have so many spaces. But it says angel number, where you saw it, when you saw it, your emotional state on the time of its appearance, codex definition, so what does it say in here, and then your reflection on the angel number. So I like to do the rule of 3. If you see a number 3 times, then the angels are trying to get your attention. That's my own rule for myself. I tend to pick up numbers very easily. So it's really easy for me to go, oh, number, oh, number, oh, number. Usually if I'm seeing it 3 times within the week, I'm like, okay. A day is even better, because then it's like boom, boom, boom in your face. But after a week, I'm like, okay, this has gone too far long. Eventually I'm going to come across that number again. The other thing you don't want to do is if you drive by the house 19, say, on my way to work, there's a big mailbox with the number 19 on it. I'm not going to I probably won't use that mailbox number at all. It's too obvious. Unless I know something new about the mailbox. If I'm like, oh, that's 19, and there's a new ribbon on it today, or I didn't notice that dent on the mailbox, then I'll accept it. But the other thing you're not going to do is say, okay, well, I drove by that big, huge mailbox with the number 19 on it 3 times this week and noticed it 3 times this week. It's something you drive by regularly. You noticed it because it's something you notice regularly. The angels aren't trying to push you towards it. They're just trying, like, they're probably not even paying attention. You're just obligatorily mentioned, like, obviously noticing that mailbox because it's on your way to work every day. Nothing to do with the angels. Don't try to add it. That's why it has to be, I would say it has to be a different thing. So if you notice the number 19 on the mailbox, and then you notice the number 19 on a license plate, and then your neighbor gives you $19 in change after you bought him a candy bar for $1 or whatever, that's a different story. You know what I mean? Obviously some numbers are quite obvious and repetitive. If your neighbor buys you $1 candy over and over again and you give him a 20 and he gives you $19 in change to reimburse him for the candy bar, and that happens weekly, don't use that number. Don't use the mailbox number that you see every single day. Say you call up, your neighbor calls you up and goes, hey, do you want something? I'm at the store. Your husband calls you and goes, hey, I want something at the store. And you're like, hey, yeah, can you just pick me up a candy bar? I'll pay you back. And he goes, sure. And then you reach into your wallet and you're like, shit, all I have is 20. Hey, babe, can you give me change for this? And he gives you, yeah, but I got $19. Here's your... That's different. Then you want to take it, because that's an odd thing to happen, especially nowadays with candy bars not being $1, but you get the point. So, and your husband doesn't buy you a candy bar every single day. It was random. Somebody was saying, hey, call your wife and get her a candy bar. I'll make it so the change works. That's what angels do. They kind of hint, nudge, nudge. That's how they interact with us as humans, is they hint, nudge, nudge to get their messages across. So if it's an obvious slap you in the face thing, it's not an angel number. Sorry. You're just looking for Waldo and you found him. So that's the other thing. So each number has a correlating message. I like this book because it goes so high. Sometimes they only give you 1 through 9. I would not do a book that only gives you 1 through 9 because you see the number is 29. It's not 2 and 9, it's 29. So look for books that give you the whole span. Like I said, I'll try to remember to post this book. But yeah, this book will tell you exactly what you need to know about the message. You correlate it with your life. I would even journal on it and I would list at least 2 to 3 things, if I can, on what this could pertain to. List 3 things in my life that this could pertain to. Sometimes the answer is really obvious, but sometimes I tend to jump to conclusions, and really they meant this, and I decided I wanted it to mean that. So that's why I like the 3 writing things, because then I have to sit there and actually think about it. And that's what I would suggest with angel numbers. Now, note, if you're like me, I actually don't use angel numbers that often. And when I say I don't use them, is I don't consider them. That's not a way me and my deities talk to get to each other a lot of the times. I don't look for them. I don't see them that often. They're not something that is necessarily a part of my craft. And the reason for this is I'm analytical and analyzing. I'm a card counter. I am a mathematician in a sense. My brain is constantly trying to figure out numbers. So, how much more hours of the day have I done at work? If I have an 8-hour day and I've worked 2 of them, I have 6 hours left, and that means that I am only 1/4 part of my day, which means I have 3/4 part of my day left. And how can I get through 3/4 part of the day? Well, I have my lunch, which will take up this much a part of my day, and then I'll only have this much, and I can break it up into this way. And I do that with everything. My husband hates playing cards with me. He'll deal with it, but he hates playing cards with me because I will literally sit there and if I have 2 jacks and I remember all of his cards in his hand, what is the likelihood of me pulling a jack in that deck? And I will do that. And I'll do that percentages. And I will do that with what's in his hand too. What is the likelihood that he will put the card I need down if he has in his hand? And I can remember all of the cards in his hand, or at least the ones that pertain to me especially. And a lot of the ones that will match up with his. So I remember the matches and the runs and the whole 9 yards. I remember it. So, if I'm constantly doing numbers in my head, constantly acknowledging numbers, what's the likelihood of me constantly having repetitive numbers? Because that is the way our world works. There is a perfect, it's divine geometry, and it's actually noted that certain numbers repeat in our world constantly, and there's certain different shapes that will repeat in our world, and are strong versus weak and this, that, and the other thing, and I really like those. I was the artsy kid who loved math, okay? So I tend to not use angel numbers just because when you have constant numbers flowing in your head, you tend to get a lot of numbers throughout your day. I noticed license plates. I remember license plates. I have to literally shut my brain off so I don't remember every license plate in my town. I am a driver, so therefore I know license plates. It's just what I do. So this, as much as I tried, I thought it was going to be my thing. And it worked. It does work. It's just, it was very hard for me to not go looking for numbers. That's why I'm so like, hey, don't look for them, don't look for them. This is not that, this is not that. Because I had to constantly tell myself, this is not that, Jasmine, stop it. It was very hard. Sorry, it was. I'm laughing at myself. I know, I'm a dork who laughs at herself. So, if you're looking for angel numbers, that's a good way. Just keep your heart open, keep your eyes a little open, but don't go looking for them. It's the real big trick. If you think you're looking for them, then you probably are, but don't doubt yourself when they show. That's another big trick, is don't doubt yourself when they show up. A lot of the times, if I'm searching through the angel book for a number, trying to find out what it's meaning, and I read it, and I look back at where I found the numbers, and where I saw them in this, that, and the thing, and my mood. That's the reason why they say in this book, one of the things you say is, where you saw it, when you saw it, your emotional state at the time of its appearance. It usually, if you're looking for them, usually, not always, if you're looking for angel numbers, you were thinking about it at least a couple of seconds before you saw the number. Just so you're aware. Angel numbers are really tricky for that reason. Using discernment is hard when it comes to looking versus just being shown them. It is what it is. So, I don't know how to tell you, except for knowing yourself with your objectives on if you are looking for or if they are appearing. That's something you gotta look for yourself. You gotta really analyze your own personhood as you as a person, of what you were doing before the number showed up and everything else in the jack in the box. Alright? See if it popped out or if you were purposely winding the crank. Don't be surprised if numbers pop out of you if you're looking for them. If you're winding that crank, don't be surprised when the jack in the box comes and pops in your face. It is what it is. So angel numbers are a little tricky for that reason specifically. But you know what? Write the numbers down. That's why I love the back side of this book, is write those numbers down. That I think is your best tool for angel numbers, is write the different and see if there's, even if it's just 3 at the place, works for me. Do your best. Angel numbers are a little tricky, and good luck. Good luck to you with the angel numbers. Honestly, I really like meditating and talking to them directly, but that takes a little more attunement work, which is hard for people, and I think that they have fun looking for numbers. I think it's like an Easter egg hunt, for instance. Yeah. Well, that's all I got for you. Like, follow, subscribe if you really like what I'm doing here. I'm trying. I know I'm starting new. But, I like talking to you guys, and I like talking to this, and I hope to get this going. So, like, follow, and subscribe. Have a great day, and go do magic.